City looking to complete the treble and match the achievements of Fergie's 1919. Inter are looking to seal a treble of their very own after winning the Supercoppa Italiana and Coppa Italia. Shay is joining us now. Shay, this is going to be some game. Are you going out?
No, I'm in Dublin tomorrow covering it on TV for RTE, yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting the suit on and sort of pretending I'm in Istanbul. But yeah, it's a massive game, a huge game for the club.
Can you see any problems at all for City? You know, it's a final, so there is pressure, but Ray was saying earlier, and the guys that have spoken to De Bruyne and people like that saying, no, they look so comfortable and quiet and as if, no, we've been here before, we know what we have to do.
Yeah, they've been before, but they haven't won it yet. Also, that's the big thing. I think it's the emotion of the Champions League final. Yes, they've got the double already in the pocket, but it's the pressure's all on Man City. There's no getting away from it. I know you're trying to take the pressure off them, but I was looking at Onana, their goalkeeper's comments. Says we're going there totally relaxed, nothing to lose. Everyone, the pressure's all on Manchester City. I know they've been to 2 finals in 3 years. I went to the Chelsea final a few years ago at Porto. I went there just as a fan. I wasn't working enough, and I thought I was going to be watching history. So I blame myself. I think I put a kiss of death on them, and of course, Havertz got that goal, and they lost the Champions League before that game as well. They were big favourites to win it, and they didn't. So I don't know, what can you say? It's a huge game. The players look really focused. I think they're 21 games unbeaten now, so they're going into it in great form. Of course they are, but it's just, as I say, Ray, the emotions and the pressures.
Well, we were saying player for player, Ray, weren't we? You know, it's player for player.
He was saying wide areas, wasn't he?
Class.
He was saying wide areas for Inter. Dumfries, I think, and DiMarco could be the key for
Walker,
Inter.
How are they going to get past that?
And to be fair to Jack Grealish and the guys who played wide, they've done so well tracking back as well this season.
I mean, I was at the Real Madrid game, the semi-final as well, and I don't think I've seen City play better. There was pressure on that game, of course, being a semi-final as well, and they were phenomenal. The likes of Modric and Benzema and Kroos in midfield, they were just looking around at each other, thinking we can't get near them.
It was embarrassing, not embarrassing, but they were absolutely brilliant.
But that's the levels they have to hit again tomorrow with Inter Milan as well.
So if they do it, will they go down as one of the best Premier League sides ever? I
think they'll probably go down already as one of the best Premier League sides ever. I mean, everyone talks about 99 obviously because of Manchester United and winning the treble, and I suppose to emulate that and to be on a par with that, they have to win tomorrow. But if you're just talking about the Premier League, then they have to be one of the best Premier League sides of all time. Yeah.
What about Ederson? How good is he, Shay, in your mind, Ederson? You know, he seems so confident with the ball at his feet as well, doesn't he?
Yeah. Sometimes he gives a heart attack with some of the fans watching. But he's the coolest man in the stadium. He's so good on the ball. He's literally like playing in midfield. I remember one of the players like De Bruyne came here a couple of years ago saying, you know, he's probably the best passer at the football club, and that's saying something when you got the likes of De Bruyne in your squad and Gundogan and company, you know. So he's a brilliant player, you know. And again, I think these players deserve this. I know you don't deserve much in sport and life, but the way they've played over the last number of years, obviously Pep's been there 7 years now, 6 titles, and they're just.
If he wins this one, then it's hard. It's a hard question. Wenger, Fergie, Pep. Does Pep go down as the best if he wins this one?
Well, I would say Sir Alex Ferguson, probably everyone looks to him as probably being the best. Wenger's obviously longevity as well, done a brilliant job at Arsenal, but I think Pep will be a level with Sir Alex after tomorrow if he picks this up. Just the brand of football, the way they play, the style of play, the chances they create, and he's a special manager. Some City fans are worried that if he does win tomorrow, is it his last game? Will he leave because he's been there the longest he's been at any club, Alan? So that's another question, but I'm sure that's not in Pep's mind today, the day before such a big game.
Just talking about Ederson, Shay, do you think the number two's made him, up his game a little bit, Ortega? Because he made a big decision in that FA Cup final, didn't he?
And Ortega made a big save as well, right at the end.
He did indeed.
It was a big save. United had a chance right at the death, and he made a great save. And it's amazing. I know City get a lot of stick for the players they recruit and maybe some of the money they've spent and stuff, but Ortega was a free transfer, and he's brilliant with the ball at his feet as well.
Do you think he moves on in the summer and wants to play number one somewhere?
He's good enough. I don't know him personally, but he's good enough to play number one. But it just shows you, I think, the recruitment and the people behind the scenes deserve credit as well at Man City. I know they get a bit of stick at times, but when you see someone like him step into the FA Cup finals, you rightly say he was brilliant as well.
Do you know what I think's been great this year? Gundogan, and I'm hearing maybe he could be leaving and Bernard Silva could be leaving.
Yeah, well, Gundogan's the one. I think his contract's up, so literally last game tomorrow. Really, I think he supposedly wants 2 years, and they've only offered him a year, but. I was there 12 months ago when they were 2-0 down at home to Aston Villa the last game of the season. I was working for Premier League TV, and I was like, you might as well take the camera crew to Anfield because they're going to win the title. You know, Gundogan came off the bench, scored 2, and changed the whole afternoon. Again, you look at the goals he scored in the last couple of weeks for the Premier League. That goal at Everton was a special goal, and of course in the FA Cup final as well.
You're amazed by that when clubs don't give you a 2-year contract. You know they look after themselves. You know they can do it for another 2 years. I was very similar to Arsenal when Robert Perez, you know, there was only offered me a year contract. He went off to play another 4 or 5 years at a good standard.
So
I'm amazed by that sometimes.
I think Gundogan's only 32 as well. Like, easily play another couple of years. Like,
I thought this year has been great, outstanding,
brilliant. There.
I was just thinking myself there, looking at you, Shay, how things have changed. So we come and do radio for 4 hours. I make it up. Ray's got a doodle pad. And out comes your laptop, you know, honestly.
I was just watching Netflix, lads, while you two were talking away. I'm in the middle of a series, like, so I didn't want to miss out.
I had to make a Cobra bomb, look.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Alan Brazil. Thursday and Friday morning, 6 till 10. On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.